YouTube! Welcome to the Football Happy Zone, where we kick off the fun and score big laugh. I'm your host, and we're about to dribble through the latest in football with a smile. Alright guys, beautiful one. Like I said, EPL is back. And bro, there is nothing bigger than this. There is nothing bigger than this. Man City versus Tottenham. Man City were humiliated, disrespected, abused, and destroyed by Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham finished them. Tottenham destroyed them. And they didn't just win them, they did it by breaking different records. Let's start with the first one. This is the second team that has won Guardiola 10 times. Second to Liverpool. No other team all through his career has been successful to win them up to 10 times. And Tottenham did it. This is the second time Tottenham is beating Man City at the Etihad Stadium. At home to Man City, this is the second time they are losing back to back. And thirdly, Tottenham is the only team that has won Man City 30 times in the history of Man City. No other team has done it. None can even do it this season. So to tell you the gap Tottenham has kept for them. And it's a beautiful one again today, One was expecting that Man City would step up the game because they started with a very good win, winning their first game 4-0. And with the likes of caliber of matured players they have, I was thinking they would be able to get the job done. And let's not take it away from them. They had their opportunities, but they were wasteful. They were not clinical enough. And I'll pinpoint and single-handedly call a player Mamouche. He had 1v1 with the goalkeeper more than 3 times. And in those 3 times, Vicario, the goalkeeper, stood his ground and had the advantage over Mamouche. Notwithstanding, they did their best. They tried. Possession-wise, they were there. But when it comes to shot on target, I don't think they were up to that. Tottenham had 39 possession. But Tottenham had more shots on target more than Man City. And I don't know what Guardiola needs to do, but the defense is still very, very much shaky. And looking at the game, looking at the way Tottenham played Man City, we know that once Man City meets any big team, it is going to cost them. And if it costs them, title race is bye-bye. So it's still very early to go back to the market and get 1 or 2 of the world best defenders if you want to win the league. Because right now, I don't see Man City playing like this and winning the likes of Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, and even Newcastle. They played really, really bad today. And to be honest, I'm not impressed with what happened. Haaland was too eager. He was too eager to make a statement. He was too eager to score. The few chances he had, that was what happened. And then look at the approach Tottenham used, which was, now, it's always a very terrible one when somebody have to stay back and hit you on the counter. And if there's anybody I'm going to give the accolade today, I think my man of the match is definitely going to be Richarlison. Richarlison did not just play as a striker. He became the engine room of everything dangerous. In as much as he didn't score, he was involved in everything dangerous. Was it the goal that Palhinha scored? Or was it the goal that Johnson scored? Everything came from him. In short, he was the one that even assisted Johnson. And I just love the approach they had. They respected Man City by staying back, trying to be as compact as they can, although they still lack that spirit of compatibility, because at some point they had like loose spaces. There was a ball that Alan even assisted to Mamouche that he blew away. Such ball on a normal day, that is a goal. So Tottenham also, from my own point of view, I think they also need to step up in their defense. That was what cost them the Super Cup. If they were a bit compact after leading 2-0, they would have been able to maintain that win. But thank God they did not misuse the opportunity today, because those two goals came in the first half. One the 15 minutes and the other one, I think, in the 45 minutes. And I just love the fact that nobody is sleeping in the early stage of the game. So if you snooze for 1 second, it's going to cost you the entire season. Right now, Man City is -3. Man City is -3. And in goal difference, 2, So you will know that you have to always be up in your game. I used to tell my friends, when it comes to the EPL, when it comes to Cup, from the group stage, right, you still have the opportunity to bounce back. You still have the opportunity to go back to the drawing board and start strategizing on how to come back. But in the EPL, when it comes to the league itself, it all boils down to consistency. And unlike every other league in the world, England already has top big 6. They call it top 6. But me, I call it top 8, because you can't exclude the likes of Aston Villa and the likes of Newcastle, because they've been up there back to back, season in, season out, for the past 3 to 4 seasons. So it's no longer a top 6, it's a top 8. And 8 times 2, that is 16. So out of your 36 games, you have 16 games, or 7, sorry, that's 14. You have 14 games to contend with the big 8. And those big 8 will cost you. So the higher your point in those 14 games is going to determine how good and well you can go. Because each time you beat any of these games, there is a high tendency that a smaller team will be scared of you the next time you meet them, and you can capitalize on it. Good one, nice one for Tottenham. At least they were able to stay in the table for a few minutes and all. So a big one to them. Arsenal is playing today, so we'll get to know what Arsenal have to do as well, because it's a very tough one, and I'm not going to lie, it's becoming super interesting. Nice one. And moving forward, I expect Guardiola to go back to the market, get 1 or 2 defenders to help in the defense, because honestly, the way their approach in defense is shameful. The way they play is shameful. And they just need to up their game in the defense. Attack-wise, I think they are still very strong. I think they are even one of the strongest attack-wise. It's just that today they were wasteful and they were punished for that. So, moving forward, I expect them to up their game, go to the market, strengthen the squad, and then step up their game. And for Tottenham, this is a good boost. It's a good boost because after losing a huge game like the Super Cup, after losing a huge game like the Super Cup, one is expected to drop in morale. But they up their game, won the first game, and this is their second game. 6 points in the bucket, and that is what they need. They need that consistency. They need to move from where they ended last season. They ended in 17 last season, just above the relegated teams, and they are so lucky to be there, to be in 17, because at some point they were even about to relegate as well. Luckily for them, the team that relegated last season relegated very early. So now moving forward, I expect them to, get this adrenaline going, keep on winning people with a good clean sheet. I see them making it to at least the top 8 again, and then representing as usual. So yeah, big up, nice one. And without no further ado, until next time, bye.